devs who worked with the publisher, like the team behind Signalis. I should know how to say that, I played it. But perhaps no one is more in shock than Humble Games itself, who issued a statement on Twitter that this is actually a restructuring. Is that the word for going from a structure to zero structure? And we're not the only ones to have issue with this phrasing. Former Humble creative lead Chris Radley blasted the statement and accused it of being written by an AI. Radley also argued the company is shutting down, with all of Humble Games' operations being handed over to a third-party consultancy. Oh, geez. Humble, of course, felt obligated to respond to such accusations, and so they released a statement vehemently denying that they used AI to write their statement and saying they will comment no further.
I will say nothing more.
Is that the succulent Chinese meal guy?
Get your hands off my statement.
They probably didn't want to say anything else because Aftermath obtained a recording of the meeting where Steve Horowitz, president of Humble Games' parent company, Ziff Davis, told all employees they'd be laid off and all projects would be handled by a third party. Horowitz was very careful to call it a restructuring in that meeting, though, so good for him. Keep the story consistent. There's no AIs in the room, at least. Roblox has been accused of not doing enough to protect the kids that make up a significant chunk of the game's user base. A massive investigation by Bloomberg states that Roblox reported over 13,000 incidents of child exploitation to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children last year. That's up from only 3,000 incidents the year before. Seems weird to say only in front of that. I'm sorry. The Bloomberg report also alleges that Roblox only has 3,000 moderators to handle its 77 million daily users. Now, for some perspective, TikTok has 3 times the number of daily users Roblox has, and has more than 10 times the number of moderators. And it's not exactly a bastion of child safety either. And these incidents aren't just confined to the platform. Since 2018, at least 24 people have been arrested for allegedly abducting or abusing children they met through Roblox. Employees at the company say they're overwhelmed with reports, and the AI that Roblox is increasingly relying on for moderation isn't able to detect subtle signs of grooming. Staff have also claimed that additional features that could help mitigate risk have been rejected. Roblox's chief safety officer, Matt Kaufman, released a statement stating how much they already do for child safety, but maybe do more.
We're already doing so much.
Why not? World of Warcraft is preparing for its upcoming The War Within expansion, as the game's pre-expansion patch went live yesterday. The update has brought some exciting new features, but also some weird bugs. For starters, there's the highly anticipated warbands feature, which makes a lot of the in-game progression systems account-wide rather than specific to each character. Your characters can now share a bank account, even if one of you is a Filthy Alliance bootlicker. In addition, the majority of flying mounts can now be flown dynamically and more quickly instead of more passive steady flight, which was introduced in the MMO's first expansion. But as we alluded to earlier, it's not all good news. There's a laundry list of known issues with the patch, but none are perhaps as strange as new characters popping up in some players' accounts. Some users are claiming characters they've never created are suddenly appearing, while others are saying that their previously deleted characters are being brought back from the dead by some foul necromancy. And yet, none of Azeroth's many necromancers are seemingly responsible. They're all on vacation? What are the chances? Unfortunately, since the MMO's map has gone through some altitude changes, some of those newly revivified characters are falling to their deaths from outposts that no longer exist. Bad news for them, but good news for the natural order. This is wrong. You should not exist. And I've got even better news, courtesy of our sponsor, iFixit. You know what they're all about by now, but if you don't, they offer comprehensive guides, replacement parts, and high-quality tools, all to help you fix your broken electronics. iFixit. Do you see it? It's incredibly obvious. Announcement! For 48 hours after the release of this video, you can save $10 on orders of $50 or more. It's a great time to pick up a high-quality driver kit, like the 64-bit Mako kit or the comprehensive 112-bit Manta driver kit. So act quick! Head to our link in the description and use code GLFIX to get your discount today. Oh, look out! Here comes the quick bits! Are you, what? Did they get you? Another Microsoft-owned studio has formed a groundbreaking union. More than 500 Blizzard employees who work on WoW have formed the World of Warcraft Game Makers Guild, which is a much cooler word than union because it makes me think of a grizzled old blacksmith with a hammer for a hand. Yeah, protect workers' rights. That's what he says.
Don't forget to pay your dues.
Like the one formed at Bethesda Game Studios last week, this is a wall-to-wall union since it includes workers from every department. Design, production, the archive of not actually deleted characters, all of them.
Enchantments, blacksmithing.
As we mentioned on Tuesday, unionizing could allow game workers to negotiate protection from AI coming to take their jobs, something that Wired has reported is already happening at Activision Blizzard itself. After, quote, a lot of 2D artists were laid off, remaining staff were told to sign up for AI tool training sessions, which apparently led to at least one AI-generated cosmetic being sold in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's store. And while it's believed that the asset in question was part of the Yokai's Wrath bundle, it's not clear how AI was used or which asset we're talking about specifically, but it's in there, and it ain't right. Fallout London, the long-awaited 65 gigabyte Fallout 4 mod, has finally launched and is available for free on both Steam and Good Old Games. Notably, a major factor in the delayed launch was an unexpected official update, meaning that players will have to download a pre-patch version in order to play until the devs release a new launcher. Unlike official entries in the series, Fallout London dares to ask the question, how did the end of the world affect those other parts of the world that aren't America? You know, they said the sun would never set on the British Empire, but it turns out that light on the horizon wasn't a sun at all. It's a bomb.
Nukes.
The International Olympic Committee has voted to hold the first official Olympic esports games, to be held in 2025 in Saudi Arabia, a country that is as synonymous with professional gaming as it is with torturing journalists. While obviously a big step towards legitimizing esports in the mainstream, don't expect to see much of the usual suspects like Counter-Strike and Dota. The committee has already decided to exclude first-person shooters from next year's competition, in part because they're considered too violent. However, some of the titles approved so far include League of Legends, Rocket League, and Tekken. You know, the game about defeating generational trauma by beating the snot out of your grandpa.
And dropping kids in lava.
And sci-fi MMO Warframe has released a gameplay demo for its upcoming 1999 expansion, which is expected to launch sometime this winter. Beyond being about 25 years late, the expansion will apparently include a Baldur's Gate 3-inspired romance system. Okay. Fitting with the late 90s theme, players will have the option of bonding with NPCs over an in-universe version of AOL chat. That's amazing. Because nothing's hotter than leet speak and frosted tips. The demo ends with a boss battle against a sadly fictional boy band. I didn't know about this when I started reading this, but I'm sold. Digital Extremes was apparently unable to secure the rights that would have allowed players to fight a ramen-haired Justin Timberlake over the fate of humanity. And you should come back next Tuesday for more gaming news, but for now, it's bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Light on the horizon wasn't a sun at all. It's a bomb.
Nukes.
The International Olympic Committee has voted to hold the first official Olympic esports games, to be held in 2025 in Saudi Arabia, a country that is as synonymous with professional gaming as it is with torturing journalists. While obviously a big step towards legitimizing esports in the mainstream, don't expect to see much of the usual suspects like Counter-Strike and Dota. The committee has already decided to exclude first-person shooters from next year's competition, in part because they're considered too violent. However, some of the titles approved so far include League of Legends, Rocket League, and Tekken.
Wow.
You know, the game about defeating generational trauma by beating the snot out of your grandpa.
And dropping kids in lava.
And sci-fi MMO Warframe
Whoa, what
has
the
released a
fuck?
gameplay demo for its upcoming 1999 expansion. You know, the game about defeating generational trauma. While obviously a big step towards legitimizing esports in the mainstream, don't expect to see much of the usual suspects like Counter-Strike and Dota. The committee has already decided to exclude first-person shooters from next year's competition, in part because they're considered too violent. However, some of the titles approved so far include League of Legends, Rocket League, and Tekken. You know, the game about defeating generational trauma by beating the snot out of your grandpa.
And dropping kids in lava.
And sci-fi MMO Warframe has released a gameplay demo for its upcoming 1999 expansion, which is expected to launch sometime this winter. Beyond being about 25 years late, the expansion will apparently include a Baldur's Gate 3 inspired romance system. Okay. Fitting with the late 90s theme, players will have the option of bonding with NPCs over an in-universe version of AOL chat. That's amazing. Because nothing's hotter than leet speak and frosted tips. The demo ends with a boss battle against a sadly fictional boy band. I didn't know about this when I started reading this, but I'm sold. Digital Extremes was apparently unable to secure the rights that would have allowed players to fight a ramen-haired Justin Timberlake over the fate of humanity. And you should come back next Tuesday for more gaming news, but for now, it's bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Don't hate the player, baby. Hate the game. It's the game's fault you're so bad. Ubisoft has given journalists a few hours to try out Star Wars Outlaws open world gameplay. And not only was their impression generally positive, they actually say that Outlaws doesn't feel like the typical Ubisoft sandbox at all. Instead, it very much follows in the footsteps of previous Star Wars games. Now, while this doesn't promise a mind-blowingly novel experience, it's at least better than going through the motions and yet another Far Cry reskin, like you're trapped in a loveless marriage with base clearing missions.
Oh, I'll just jump in the haystack, will I?
I'll pin all of the bad guys, here we go. The game's director, Julian Garrity, says he took inspiration from Ghosts of Tsushima, which enables the relatively grounded fantasy of inhabiting the life of a person typical to the setting. In this case, a roguish space scoundrel who isn't Han Solo. It seems like that's the main population in Star Wars.
It's all smugglers.
They're all smugglers. Jimmy, you're gonna grow up to be a smuggler just like your father. Ubisoft is also taking an unusual approach in order to duck the debate over yellow paint and other uber obvious signposts. You can just turn it off. That all isn't to say that Ubisoft, the diligent recyclers that they are, don't reuse some elements from other games. There's the usual faction reputation system and Ass Creed-esque stealth. You just wanted to write ass there, didn't you? Honestly, it's actually a little disappointing that I can't assassinate Emperor Palpatine with a wrist-mounted mini lightsaber to the jugular. It would cauterize right away and he'd be fine. The Screen Actors Guild has launched a strike against game companies. Despite 18 months of negotiation, the two sides were unable to come to an agreement, with a particular sticking point being whether labor protections for voice talent would extend to on-camera performers like mocap actors and stunt people. But while the actors' primary concern is protecting their profession from AI encroachment, everyone else is mostly worried that this might somehow delay GTA 6. It won't, incidentally, it's been exempted. But it's important to note that that's not a Rockstar-specific agreement. It appears that all games that went into development before September 2023 are excluded from the strike. Grand Theft Auto 6 reportedly started pre-production slightly before that in 2014, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth and my spine didn't hurt. Oh, it's too real. But of course, many voice actors aren't thrilled to exempt a video game so hotly anticipated that it's starting to replace BC and AD as year notations in the Gregorian calendar.
There's BGTA and there'll be ADGTA.
So much better. The CWA, the union that includes workers at Activision, Bethesda, and Blizzard, has announced their support for the strike, which is honestly just the sort of thing you'd expect them to say, so. Gary Newman, better known as The Gary from Gary's Mod, has received a DMCA takedown request for copyrighted assets, supposedly on behalf of, can I say it? We should maybe censor it? I'll say it and we censor it? Boom? I'll say it in a fun way for YouTube's sake. Supposedly on behalf of Boom, the creator of popular machinima series Skibbity Toilet. Is that what we're calling it? We say supposedly because not only does Boom deny sending the notice, Skibbity Toilet is itself based on assets from Valve, of which Mr. Boom is presumably well aware. The letter names Invisible Narratives, a company co-owned by Adam Goodman and Michael Bay, the filmmaker, which recently acquired the rights to create a Skibbity Toilet movie, raising the possibility that this might be yet another example of Hollywood lawyers failing to read the room. Boom, however, has followed up by saying that the letter actually was sent by Invisible Narratives, but it's an old notice taken out of context, possibly by a troll. The original complaint was related to graphic adult content on YouTube created using assets from Skibbity Toilet, which has an extremely young target audience. This means, horrifyingly, that people have been sexualizing the toilet head creatures. Rule 34 comes for us all. I have to imagine it even comes for our sponsor, XSplit. Take your live streaming to the next level with XSplit's cutting-edge broadcasting and video production tools. Broadcaster lets you add nifty effects and slick transitions to your streams on popular platforms like Twitch and YouTube. Fiddle with multiple audio tracks and image and video looping. It's your stream. Do whatever you want. Mom's not watching. She doesn't know how to, probably. Check out XSplit today at lmg.gg/XSplit and use code Linus for an eye-opening 69% off your first purchase or subscription. Quick bits are a lot like video games. You either win or you lose, or you shuriken your controller into the drywall. The Xbox 360 store has officially closed after 19 years of serving X-heads the best games ever made. No, I won't apologize. Microsoft did give fair warning that this would happen a year ago, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. What, I'm supposed to buy games for a 20-year-old console on a disc so I actually own the game instead of a revocable license? Wait, that sounds better. Meanwhile, Sony's taking a different approach to moving their gamers to new platforms, waiting for GTA 6 to come out. Nothing gets the gamers out and buying hardware more than a new game parodying American culture via cutting social commentary and virtual strip clubs.
If I buy the next PlayStation, it's like I'm there. Mom, what are you doing?
Activision conducted a secret test to prove that Call of Duty players actually like skill-based matchmaking. For 2 weeks, Activision massively decreased skills importance in matchmaking for 50% of Modern Warfare 3's North American player base. As a result, the vast majority of players were more likely to quit during a match and less likely to return to play the game. It was only the highest skilled 10% of players that seemed to be having more fun. Probably because shooting fish in a barrel is objectively more fun when you aren't the fish. I'm sure some fish enjoy it. Not gonna get me. PSVR 2 headsets have sold out on Amazon after it finally got the price drop people have been arguing for since it first launched in February 2023. The PSVR 2 was relatively unappealing at $550, which made it a console accessory that cost as much as another console. Lack of players, in turn, discouraged developers from investing time in the platform. After the headset dropped to $350, however, sales rose by over 2,000%. Brick and mortar retailers likewise quickly followed suit. It's like Sony's been sitting out at their little stand by the road for over a year, trying to sell lemonade at $10 a glass. Bo Path of the Teal Lotus is a new Metroidvania that launched a few weeks ago to solid reviews. Unfortunately, its developers have run into issues pushing updates for the console versions of the game because its publisher, Humble Games, laid off the entire publishing department last week. Developers Squid Shock and Stairway say they were completely blindsided by the layoffs, which have also left the game without any QA support. Starway, the developer behind Coral Island, is in a similar position. Prior to the restructuring, Humble Games said that it wouldn't affect its deals with developers, but it's really hard to keep doing work after you've fired everybody doing the work.
Who was supposed to work on this?
We thought the AI was gonna show up, but
And the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games series is now dead because the International Olympics Committee wanted to focus on, you guessed it, NFTs. Did you guess that? Really? That would have been pretty good. They haven't been around for a little bit. To be fair, the IOC also wanted to focus on esports, and how could a video game all about competing in Olympic Games possibly have any sort of esports applications? Instead, the official video game for Paris 2024 is a free-to-play, smartphone-focused game where you can buy pin NFTs. Oh, but Arno Dorian from Assassin's Creed Unity gets to be in the opening ceremony? Why not Mario and Sonic? What, just because one's Italian and the other's a blue hedgehog? How do you know Sonic's not French? He's sacre bleu. I'll workshop that. He's not as blue as I'll be if you don't come back on Thursday for another episode of Game Linked. I will be very, I'm not gonna move from this spot until I know that you're coming back.
It's time to take action. Gamers, rise up! Actually, you could do it sitting down if that's more comfortable. Whatever works for you. The point is that there's been major headway in the quest to stop publishers from destroying games after sale by shutting down online servers. A citizens' initiative has been launched in the EU that could become law if it gathers enough signatures. That's right, gamers. We must overcome the greatest boss fight of all time. Finding the motivation to fill out a form. Do I need a printer? The initiative is pretty simple. It states that publishers selling or licensing games to consumers in the EU, which is most games, to leave them in a functional state after shutdown. How they accomplish that is up to them. The initiative needs to get 1 million signatures from EU citizens in 1 year, and each person gets one shot. Mom spaghetti, to sign correctly. If you mess up, your signature might be invalidated. Fortunately, StopKillingGames.com has guides for multiple countries on how to properly sign, and we love guides. So go there if you're worried about goofing it up. Not in the EU? No problem. There's also options for other countries and regions to support the movement. But if you're an EU citizen and you're wondering why you should bother signing, Ross Scott, who started the Stop Killing Games initiative, has a good explainer video. And I know videos. If that doesn't convince you, well, here's an argument. Please save gaming? I'd really appreciate it if you saved gaming. Thank you. Xbox hardware sales have dropped by nearly half, and Microsoft does not care. Listen, they don't need to care if their business is failing, and that's because their business is succeeding. Microsoft CFO Amy Hood has stated she wants to turn Xbox into a subscription business, and that seems to be a good move. While hardware sales have dropped by 42%, revenue from Xbox content and services is up by 61% from last year. That's important because sources tell me 61 is bigger than 42.
But not as big as 69.
Yet. Even without hardware, Xbox is excited about games. Maybe too excited? Xbox announced that they will be showing off over 50 titles at their Gamescom booth, and it turns out they slightly overpromised. Studio Wildcard's long-awaited Ark sequel was mistakenly listed as playable at the Xbox booth before the company acknowledged the mistake, but at least that game is real. Xbox also claimed that a game called Descenders 2 would be present, but the publisher of the original game has tweeted that Descenders 2 does not exist. But can you blame Xbox for dreaming? Maybe you can, maybe, yeah. Bungie has laid off 220 developers and 155 other employees have been absorbed into Sony, the gelatinous mass. In a written statement, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons said the studio was overly ambitious and did everything they could to avoid the layoffs. Well, everything except cutting executive pay. After the last layoffs, IGN reported that when employees asked if studio leadership had considered taking a pay cut to prevent the layoffs, they were told Bungie was not that type of company. A lot of finger guns, I imagine. Parsons was obviously a target of ire from the hundreds of developers who lost their jobs, but fortunately, he made his Twitter account private just before the news broke. Bit ironic since his account bio says, "Be brave."
Good job, Parsons.
It says that underneath, "Be rich."
Be rich, be brave, in that order.
Now, to be fair to Petey, he might not be in full control here. Insider Jeff Grubb has suggested that Bungie is losing its independence from parent company Sony, saying that Herman Hulst, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio Business Group, now runs Bungie. Having said that, Grubb also said that a project codenamed Payback, rumored to be the next Destiny installment, was cancelled due to the layoffs. Jason Schreier has disputed this and said Payback was cancelled a while ago, and that's still bad news. But here's the good news. Our sponsor, Private Internet Access! Their VPN network spans across 6 continents and 91 countries, Buster, letting you access your local catalog of content from all over the globe. Plus, with a single subscription, you get unlimited connections, making it easy to run PIA on practically any device. They just included their second security audit, putting further emphasis on your privacy and security. And if you're still not convinced, they're 100% open source, and you're free to go digging through the code yourself for peace of mind. So go check out PIA at lmg.gg/PIA game linked, or by using our link in the description for a special deal with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. I love Quick Bits, and I feel like they love me too. They've never said it, but it feels real. Avowed, Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming RPG, is allegedly being delayed from fall this year to early next year. This is according to Tom Warren of The Verge. He says that while the game is in good shape, the Game Pass holiday season is a bit too crowded. Specifically, the inciting incident seems to be Stalker 2 itself being delayed to this November. Hear me out, Microsoft. What if you delayed Black Ops 6 instead? No? Because it'll make you way more money. Way more money. Fair enough. Speaking of Call of Duty, Activision is rolling out a ban wave after the cheater numbers spiked last week when Modern Warfare 3 launched on Game Pass. It was speculated that part of this increase was due to the PC Game Pass players appearing as Xbox console players, making cheaters harder to spot. Activision disputed that was the issue, but didn't specify any further. Probably so that cheaters don't know what's going on, so instead, they made it seem like they didn't know what's going on. That's 2D chess, baby. Endor AG, parent company to racing sim giant Fnatic, has filed for insolvency. The company had amassed 95 million euros in debt, which, considering their typical annual sales revenue of only about 100 million euros, is a lot. According to both Endor AG and Fnatic, the company is expecting an orderly restructuring, where software updates, sales, and RMA services continue uninterrupted. It's even possible that the company will be acquired by its investor and business partner Corsair. If all goes well, it'll be like this whole catastrophic bankruptcy business never happened. The Cybertruck has come to Fortnite, and so far, it's exactly as buggy and broken in the metaverse as it is in the meat space. For one, driving the truck renders players unable to use several important game items afterwards.
It also makes you unable to find someone to have sex with.
You can't cyber? The Cybertruck is also apparently immune to the tow rope grappling hook, which is unfortunate for a vehicle that typically needs its first tow less than an hour after leaving the parking lot. Got him. It is likewise easier to eliminate an enemy player who has hitched a ride on your vehicle, though it's possible that they are simply dying of embarrassment. And EA has pushed a fix for The Sims 4 that will hopefully stop Sims from looking for a date at the family reunion. The bug was introduced. That's not a bug.
It's a feature.
In Quebec, the bug was introduced in a recent update that was supposed to make neighborhood Sims outside the player's household act more autonomously, and arguably it succeeded a little too well. It actually coincided with another bug that led to file corruptions, and yet another that made Sims inexplicably mean to one another, shifting the tone from Pleasantville to Game of Thrones. Plus, this is actually the second time in 2 years that a bug has led to Sims getting tangled in the Targaryen tango. And you're welcome to tango on back next Tuesday for another episode of Gaming News. Argentine style.
Zip line rope! Alright, that's good. How long does the battery last on this? It doesn't. I see a battery bar, but it doesn't seem to be going down at all. Oh, it's got a. Freaking love soap. I don't have a shovel. Do I need to find a shovel? Is that what I need to do? Oh my god, it's zombies. Ah! Oh my god, okay, gun time, time for gun! Good god. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if I got any more bullets. No, I do not. Alright, we're fresh out. Oh no, no. Kelvin, I didn't find a shovel. TV? Well, it's another cave. Okay, we're enough into the woods, I don't think anyone's gonna bother us, but you never know. Oh my fucking god. Salmon berries, are they good? Hey, they actually work. I can't believe that. Alright, well, if you guys can stop that. Okay, I'm gonna go in this hole. Did I go down this? Oh, hi. Welcome back to the forest. Good to see you. I knew you were there. I knew everything was happening here. Whoa. What? Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on a second, I need to do some things here. I don't think I have any liquids to drink. Okay, well that's fascinating. Why do I have so much raw meat? Why do I have a raw oyster? Why do I have a raw fish? Why do I have absolutely no drinks whatsoever? Alright, whatever. Okay.
Bro.
This is interesting. I didn't think I would come across a facility this soon. Huh. Under construction. Sure it is. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. Oh, batteries. Oh, that's nice. Oh, my god, there's a lot of good stuff. Okay. What is that? 100 printer resin? Oh! Oh! So there's 3D printing it? Oh my god. Oh! Tim LeBlanc, parallel universes and travel between them. An in-depth study of the connection between the universe and, what? Okay, and there's a bed here. My god, save at least. Okay, a bunch of arrows. Crossbow bolts, actually. Stupid chairs in the way. And then a 3D printer. So this is probably incredibly valuable. Whoa, that is the stupidest looking armor I've ever seen in my life. Okay, flask. Okay. Mask, grappling hooks, tech mesh, sled. I guess if I wanted to carry something, GPS case, arrows, flask. Okay, flask seems important because if I can actually carry some purified water with me, that seems to solve the immediate problem that I have, which is that I'm literally always thirsty. All I have is vodka and I can't drink it for some reason. Bling blah blah. What if I eat these? Give me any water? Nah. Well, it sure is doinky out here. Oh, that's cool. Damn, I don't need to rinse it off or anything or cure it. The future is now. God, this fucking chair. I'm so mad at this chair. Energy drink. Okay, there we go. Alright, that'll be something at least. Okay, well, that's good. And then I got a 3D printed flask. But the energy drink did me justice, so that's good. What else is down here? I have some more print. Is that a Roomba? Roomba? What are you doing? Interesting. Huh. Weird. This is not what I was expecting when I jumped into this. What? What? Oh. Oh, it's so goopy. I hear music too. I don't know what that is. What? Huh? 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 Huh. Weird. Okay. Well, that's great. What am I looking at? Is that a purse? Got a watch. Great. Conspiracy theories. From the insane to the truly bizarre. Great. Good. I'm sorry, what? Uh-oh. That can't be good. Okay. So I need a key card to get further in here. And then there's something horrible on the other side of that wall that I don't want any part of, which is great. You know what, I can put that away for a bit, I guess. I have more batteries for it, but I just don't want to be spending... I forgot that I had that thing on my arm. What? Oh, I'm pushing you. Hi-ya! Where'd you go? Oh, sorry. There you go. Good as new. Okay, well, this has been fascinating. I don't exactly know what I should do. Don't know why I would want a mask. I have a grappling hook. I don't have tech mesh, but I don't have enough printer resin for that. 4 p.m.? Is that important? 4 p.m.? I don't know. Okay, let me just save one more time, because I'm frantic about it. And then let me go to bed here, because it's nice and safe at least. Okay. So I have that. Do I have any medicine? I do. I do. Okay, there we go. Now my health is actually going to go back up. Eventually, I'm going to learn more about the procedure with which to do things. Whoa, I can't see shit. And how to build the things that I'm going to need properly for the rest of this game. But for now, at least, that's a that's a pretty good establishment for a nice home base that I can come back to. Oh, there's a bird. Hey, Calvin! Calvin, it's time to move. Sorry if you got worried about me for a second there, but it was real cool in there. It was really cool. Anyway, shall we? Shall we? Please? Alright, so where do we need to go? I needed the shovel for that other one. This is interesting. I don't even remember really what got me here. I guess there's a blue television thingamabob looking thing. Calvin! Calvin, hop in!
Hey,
Calvin,
what up,
come on!
Snow?
We gotta
How
go.
you
Come
doing?
on, hop in. Yeah, hop. All right, Kelvin, listen. Hi, buddy. Hi.
You playing some Rocket League
Can
today?
you follow me?
What are you doing today?
Okay, cool. Good. So we need a shovel to be able to get in there. There's probably a way to craft a shovel, but I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna go explore.
Have you played the Long Dark yet? Remember that? I think that was the
one. So I'm
first
gonna try to
game
go
you
to
saw
this
me play.
one. That's in
That
the
survival
crook
game
of the river
in the snow?
delta kind of thing. I'll be back once I get closer to my destination or if something amazing happens. Ah! Sorry. did I just see? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know why I stopped to look at that. That was horrible.
Stuttering.
Also, I think that these are solar powered, which means if I come across like a derelict golf cart, can I salvage this? Well, that's not the right way to go. Why does that go right into the lake? Someone stupider than me might have just driven right into there. Ow. Because I've seen crashed ones of these from reckless drivers who are not me. Shit. So if for any of those poor bastards who, you know, failed to see the road for the trees, you know, I feel like they could learn, I could take advantage of their stupid decisions and then get a solar panel out of it, which I imagine is probably like a high-ticket item. Hey, Calvin, you taking a piss over there? Let's go! Don't go through the spider web. Be careful. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Does the game look like it's stuttering a little bit to you?
Hey! Whoa! Wait a minute! I have a flare! Wait, flare! Hey! Oh, I didn't light it! Nah, come on! Why am I not lighting these? Why am I not lighting? There! Flare! Hey! Hey! Damn it! Oh, you stopped! Hey! Yeah! What are you doing? You landing? No! Hey! Where'd the ones I threw go? God damn it. Those are gone, aren't they? Well. Oh,
What a
sorry, I
fun.
didn't mean to bust that out. Alright, let's get out of here.
Get on Rocket
Come on,
League
Kelvin,
bet.
we messed that up, I think, or it
Really?
was never going to
You
happen.
didn't see me play that survival
Have I ever
game?
been to this cave?
The
Was
Long
there
Dark,
always a
remember
cave
that?
right by
It was
road
in the
here?
snow, I was
Oh,
killing
man.
wolves,
Oh,
getting meat.
boy. Whoa.
Remember that game?
Oh, this is the cave right by the road. I've been here. No, I haven't. Have I not been here? Fireweed.
Oh, it looks like I'm lagging or
Okay.
something.
Oh, God! This wall is really empty. I feel like there could be something cool there. Well, that was fun. Can't carry any more ropes. Great. Thanks for that. All right, you stay there, Kelvin. I'm gonna do something, I guess. Okay, we got some dead skeletons as opposed to live skeletons. Too much meat. Oh, just too much meat. I got way too much meat. I should probably cook some of it, but you know, at this point, I'm not really too stressed about it. I've got enough energy bars and whatnot. Okay, we're speeding. Oh, good. Free skulls. Okay. That's a lot of skulls, actually.
Wow.
A lot of skulls, a lot of rope. It's kind of loud down here. Anybody got some rope to get back up with? Or is this just a... Oh, no, here we go. Okay, so there's dudes down there. Let's see if I can just get around them. There's something fun over there. And I'm not seeing a big dude. So that bodes well. Can I sneak around these guys? Maybe. They're kind of slow, though, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let me just go this way first. Whoa, is that bullets? Slugs. Can I get a shotgun, please? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whoa. There's no need. There's no need. Hold on. What's that? A cross. I have a cross. Ah, get back! Hey! The power of the Lord compels you. Yeah. Okay, alright. Is there anything back over here? No. Alright, just a corner to be back to do. Don't. Take that. Okay. Alright, this is problematic. Yeah, that's right, you better run. That's what I thought.
Oh, does my game look like it's lagging
You
here?
are too speedy
I already
for my
tried
taste.
restarting my PC. I don't know.
Lots of meds, I like that.
Maybe it's because of
Stop it.
YouTube.
Shit.
Let me see what it is.
back with these guys. Whoa. You're trapped. You're on the ropes. Okay, okay. He's still alive. Still totally fine. All right. This stick doesn't do as much as I wanted it to. Oh my god, stop. Hey, wow. Ow. Oh my god, can you die? Oh my god, I'm out of stamina. I'm gonna throw this at you, and you're gonna...
Ah, fuck. What kind of music do you listen to, Snow? Hip hop, some house music, EDM. What do you like? Staying alive. Oh, fuck, no. I mean, I already restarted my game and it didn't really help at all. I don't know. Interesting. Wow.
All right, man, let's get to it. We have a whole bridge to explore. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, what is... Can you hear me alright, bro? Rate my voice volume. Let's go from 1 to 10. Wow, what a shot. You know, man, 10-17. Fuck. Ad blockers.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time once again to take a look at what new games are coming out this month. Kicking things off in August, we have got a Level 0 Extraction. This is a PvPvE tactical extraction shooter in a survival horror setting. You play as mercenaries searching for loot while fighting other players, but there's a bit of a twist. Like other extraction games, your ultimate goal is to find valuable loot like weapons, resources, consumables, and currency, exploring the map, gathering as much as you can, and then attempting to extract safely. Making that more difficult are the many hazards to your health, which include AI enemy mutants that roam the darkened maps, various traps like automated turrets, live wires, and mines. There are also other hostile players hunting for loot as well, and on top of that, there are player-controlled aliens hunting all of you. So not only is this an extraction game in a survival horror setting, but it's also an asymmetrical multiplayer game. There's you, the other mercenary players, and then the alien players whose goal is to eliminate as many mercenaries as possible. It has been a while since I've played an asymmetrical multiplayer game, and this sounds pretty neat. So playing as the human is straightforward, like mentioned. Go in, find loot, survive, and extract. It is an FPS, so you'll engage in gunfights using a variety of firearms and prototypes. You can customize guns with attachments. There's also melee weapon combat and gadgets, which include things like motion detectors and door jammers. Also for humans, yes, it is a bit of a survival horror game with these completely darkened rooms and corridors, illuminated by just a few light sources. There are the creepy mutant enemies that lurk around every corner, and then the alien players, which will pretty much amount to jump scares whenever they happen to find and go after you. The game also has proximity chat with all of the pros and cons that entails, and you will have your own personal light source with like flashlights and flares, which not only help you see what's going on, but they are also the only way to kill those player-controlled aliens. Now, playing as the aliens, you have your own movement system and special abilities, which you use to hunt down the humans. So alien abilities include things like a toxic spit, invisibility, scream, and an EMP shockwave. You will be cooperating with another alien player to try to ambush the mercenaries whenever they're vulnerable. While navigating the map, you will have to avoid any light sources because every light bulb and flare is deadly to you as an alien. And ultimately, your goal is, yes, to hunt the humans. In doing so, you will improve your DNA with every elimination. And then as you level up your alien, you can sell its DNA to reset progress and earn currency that you then use on your mercenary. The game will be launching with 2 maps. There is the research facility and the caves. Each of these have their own unique setting, but also unique dangers and lore behind them. And the game will have progression systems, including contracts that you can complete to grow your reputation with these trader factions, unlocking new equipment, and then you can create these neural implants with random effects that enhance and modify your mercenary. So Level Zero Extraction is entering Steam Early Access on August 6th. They say they plan to continue developing throughout, adding more content and features with the help of community feedback. They currently do have a living roadmap up now detailing their latest development plans. This game looks pretty neat. We'll see how it all goes. Yeah, it's a nice little twist on the survival extraction genre. Before we continue with this month's list, let's get a word from today's sponsor, which happens to be another new game coming out on July 31st. This is Sword of Convalaria. This is a tactical fantasy RPG that aims to revitalize the Japanese turn-based pixel art genre. You'll recruit and train a roster of unique companions at the tavern, teaching them skills, building their equipment at the forge, improving their stats in the training field, and then leading a group into legendary quests with and against different factions. You'll journey through the world in an over 120-hour-long campaign where you'll have to make choices that determine the plot and change events. The game also lets you start over, beginning new loops to experience the different stories of the different factions. In terms of combat, they follow the class counters such as axe beats shield, shield beats spear, etc. It's all very rock, paper, scissors. However, they don't use a turn-based system where all the units on each side move once per round. Instead, it uses an RPG-like system where agility determines move order, allowing high agility characters such as archers and rogues to strike first. You can learn more and download Sword of Convalaria yourself by clicking on the link in the video description below. And use my code SOCForce to get some free rewards in-game. All right, now that we have paid the bills, let's get back into this month's list. Next up this month is Black Myth Wukong, a narrative-focused, single-player, Soulsborne-inspired action RPG. The game tells the tale of Sun Wukong on his pilgrimage through Central Asia in a world, of course, full of Chinese mythology and folklore. So it's got Soulsborne-inspired combat, according to the developer. This was their major inspiration, the Soulsborne series of games. You'll have a variety of light and heavy attacks. There's a stance system with the different stances altering your attacks, giving you access to new moves, and combat really centers around Sun Wukong's use of his powerful transforming staff. So it can be tossed out like a boomerang. You can extend it outward to reach enemies at a distance. You've got jump attacks, sweep attacks, charge attacks. You can plant the staff in the ground to elevate above enemies and restore your focus. There's even cool abilities like a time freeze, fire ring, and split shadow. Now, recent hands-on previews say that the game's combat feels like a blending of Sekiro and Bloodborne. It is on the faster-paced end of things with aggressive enemies and quick attacks. There's also no block button in the game. Instead, you make use of evasive moves like your ability to dodge. And the game has a few obvious twists and additions to the traditional Souls-like formula. For example, you have got a whole host of transformations, creatures from Chinese folklore Sun Wukong can turn into in the middle of battle. We've seen a lot of interesting enemy design. It's got the usual mix of archetypes, some weaker enemies, some mid-tier challenge enemies, and big bosses. There's a big variety and focus on animal types here. So we've seen like wolf creatures, monkeys, cats, rodents, bugs. And then of course there are the big scale boss fights as expected. Bosses with a variety of attack patterns to memorize as you try to avoid taking damage, whittling down their health and moving through several phases as they get tougher along the way. We've seen some big boss examples like a werewolf, the white Chinese dragon, the lizard snake hybrid, giant beetles, and an ogre. And I gotta say, now that we've actually started to see some gameplay, I think this is looking pretty solid. Clearly does appear to be more of a linear romp. These don't appear to be like these open levels, even semi-open levels. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be moving through pretty straightforward paths into combat arenas and boss battles, but still seems like an interesting new entry into the Souls-like genre. We'll see how much of the game there is come release, but you know what?
Force Gaming
this combat
on
actually
YouTube.
looks pretty good. Black Myth Wukong is coming
good.
to PC and PS5 on
Video
August
game
19th.
news.
There's an Xbox
The title
release
is 12
scheduled
best new
sometime
games to
at
play in
a later
August
date.
2024.
The next big World of Warcraft expansion launches
Standard
this
death.
month. The War
Bro,
Within
you hit a
kicks off a
psycho?
planned trilogy of updates
How?
with narrative and
Teach
feature
me.
through lines. So what is new this time around? Well, all of the usual suspects are here. There is a new landmass with its own storylines, side quests, and places to explore as you level. There will of course be new dungeons and raids. They have raised the level cap back to 80 once again. This is like the at least second or third time we've been level 80 cap in an expansion, right? And of course, all new gear sets with various forms of power progression for you to chase after. In addition to that, there's a bunch of other more unique content and features coming in this update. Warbands are an all-new account-wide progression system. Essentially, this makes everything easier for sharing progress and resources while playing multiple characters. So there's a warband bank with multiple tabs to easily transfer reagents and items between characters. Certain transferable gear will be a collectible. You can get this gear that you can just share and pass around between your different alts. There will be transferable currencies instead of mailing gold. We'll see. Next up, Smite 2 is actually going to be releasing this month after having been delayed out of last month due to them, quote, taking some extra time to implement
I need to
tons of
see
changes
that.
based on feedback. This is the sequel to, well,
you clip
Smite,
it?
the
You
third-person
had to
action
clip it.
MOBA. Longtime viewers of the channel might remember I
wanna
used
see.
to have a healthy addiction to this game, playing it almost daily over the period of a couple of years. I really enjoyed Smite. I don't know how the game's been as of late, but I certainly recall having a good time. I definitely played it long enough. So just like the original, Smite 2, you will choose from a large selection of these playable gods, immortals, and creatures from various ancient mythologies, and then take them into battle against opposing teams of other players in the classic MOBA fashion and formula. The main game mode is a 5 vs 5 3-lane tower push with waves of creeps steadily spawning for both sides. You've got jungle between all of the lanes, which you can then in which you can find NPCs that reward powerful buffs, and you have the ability to purchase upgrades tailoring to different playstyles for the various characters. It is very much like League of Legends or Dota, but in third person. The goal is to get an advantage over the opposing team, securing skills, leveling and powering up, pushing their towers, and eventually making your way into their base and eliminating their Titan to win. Each of the playable characters have their own unique abilities and fighting styles, as well as that backstory with them being like gods from all sorts of mythologies. Now, in terms of updates for the sequel, the game looks to be getting a bunch of improvements aimed at making it feel more modern and fresh. It is being ported to Unreal Engine 5, and besides looking better, it's also said to have now more impactful combat. Also, it's been designed from the start to be playable on keyboard, controller, as well as the Steam Deck. Smite 2 will release on August the 27th for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Star Wars Outlaws is a new open-world Star Wars game developed by Ubisoft. Set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, you play as Kay Vess, an emerging scoundrel seeking freedom and the means to start a new life, which she does along with her cute companion named Nyx. Now, the game looks to be a blending of some of the traditional open world Ubisoft formula, yes, but also with this more focused areas as you bounce between the universe, visiting different locations, not all of which will be fully open and seamless, and they're gonna kind of be blending seamless spaces with more narrow particular areas. So there are several distinct planets in which, while visiting, you will explore these relatively open world areas in which you will come across bustling cities, cantinas, a variety of points of interest, and of course enemy camps to clear, because this is Ubisoft after all. Every planet does have its own unique twist, both visually but also narratively, with its own main and side story quests, unique challenges, rewards, and places to explore. You can fight enemies head on, taking out your opposition with a trusty blaster and other offensive tools, or if you want, you can choose to stay hidden utilizing a stealth system and various means of distraction and camouflage. The story centers around you taking on these high-risk, high-reward missions from the galaxy's crime syndicates. You'll be stealing valuable goods, infiltrating secret locations, and trying to outwit enemies. To go along with this is a reputation system, which will fluctuate depending on the decisions for the various syndicates that you make. You also have your own ship, the Trailblazer, which you'll use to engage in dogfights with the Empire and other syndicates while flying through space. release. Now, there's been a bit of a commotion around this title, as with a lot of Ubisoft games in recent years, but I like the look of Star Wars Outlaws, and I am hoping that they sort of buck the trend of the really formulaic approach that they've taken to a lot of their games. Ideally, it doesn't feel just like Far Cry Star Wars Edition. That's what I'm hoping for. Star Wars Outlaws is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on August the 30th. So that is the main portion of our list, but we have got plenty of honorable mentions, starting with Deathbound, a party-based Souls-like set in a world where faith and science clash. The game has you dynamically transforming between fallen warriors, each with their own unique set of skills, combat styles, and rich histories. While playing, you'll gain the skills, memories, and identities of fallen warriors throughout the world, which then lets you combine their unique styles. Now, basically the essence that you absorb form what is essentially your party. You're able to then craft playstyles via this talent tree and then swap between these characters seamlessly while fighting, using their skills and abilities, with even having things like synergizing combinations called morph strikes. The game's world is like a blend of this medieval setting with strange tech and even stranger creatures. It looks very unique. I like unique. Deathbound is launching on August 8th for PC. Janthier Wilds is the latest expansion for Guild Wars 2. Players are tasked with venturing out on a risky expedition in search of support in the treacherous Janthier Wilds. The expansion will be released through multiple installments, each including more story, features, and challenges. Raids will also be introduced that are said to offer frequent and fresh content upon release and with subsequent updates as well. Other features include the ability to build your own homestead, this account-wide personal instance with a structure and land for you to decorate and cultivate. Homesteads will share unlockable features like gathering nodes and gardening plots for you to make use of. There's a new weapon type. Well, it's an old weapon type, two-handed spears, but now you can use it on land, and with this new variation of it comes a whole bunch of new abilities. This will be coming to every single class in the game and is set to add significant combat variety for every profession with new dynamic ways to play. You know, I don't really know what's been going on with Guild Wars 2. It's been like a year and a half since I played it. Really, it was the End of Dragons at some point in 2022 was the last time I played, but every time I go back I always like revisiting the game, and since I missed out on the Secret of Obscura, this might be a good time to hop back in. Also, I know Guild Wars 3 is on the way, which is pretty exciting. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway, Guild Wars 2 Janthier Wilds expansion will be coming out on August the 20th. In Notria, The Last Song is another Souls-like launching this month, this one set in a beautiful sunlit world inspired by Italian folklore, where the brightest sun casts the darkest shadows. Ooh, oh wow, look at that. You'll wear these unique role-altering masks while facing formidable foes and altering reality. So they are referring to this game as Summer Souls. I like that. There are 3 main regions. They say there's over 40 hours of content and more than 100 different enemies you'll take on, in which you'll be utilizing up to 30 masks that you collect, each with their own roles, strengths, and weaknesses, and enabling new ways to play. You can swap between 3 customizable loadouts at any time. There's 68 skills with unlockable perks, over 150 million different build combinations. That's crazy. You can expand your playstyle options through a unique pool of talents as well. You've got 120 plus weapons, 8 different weapon classes, 45 spells, and 8 parry modifiers. This actually looks pretty neat, not gonna lie. It's also, though, not lost on me that this is the 3rd game branded as a Souls-like on the list, but hey, what are you gonna do? People love throwing Souls-like on their games that have action combat, right? And I'm not denying the inspiration. If the developer says that was their inspiration, who am I to judge, right? Okay, Notria, The Last Song will be launching on August 21st for PlayStation and PC. Conquered, oh boy, this is the new first-person 5 vs 5 PvP hero shooter that's sort of like if you mixed Overwatch with Guardians of the Galaxy, and that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. You pick from a roster of playable characters. They're all spunky with their quirky personalities, and form a team of 5 players to take on another team of 5 in various game modes and maps. Now, this was kind of a strange situation because when Conquered was first revealed, that announcement trailer left people with quite a bit of whiplash. Basically, it opened up and appeared to be this cool cinematic piece. It had like good voice acting, visuals, and animations, and people assumed in like the first half of the trailer that it was going to be a single-player, narrative-focused sort of Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff or something. You'd go through a campaign, right, fight some bosses, but then the back half of the trailer revealed that it was essentially an Overwatch-style hero shooter. Now, the game has since been playable, and it hasn't really gone particularly well. There was a semi-open beta the other weekend, with all PS Network players getting access, but you had to pre-order the game on Steam if you wanted to play on PC, and the numbers, well, they didn't look good. It peaked at just over 1,000 concurrent players on the first day, and the online reception almost immediately was generally poor. The TLDR from what I've read and heard is that the movement was sloppy, gunplay was pretty average and balance was a mess. And generally just people weren't really that interested or hooked in with what they were offering. Then 3 days later, they had a whopping 20 players online. Not great. Also, reports came out that the player base on PlayStation weren't much better either. After opening up the beta from the previously somewhat restricted one, they had even less players in the game. Access to a wider pool, fewer people were interested. Not a great sign, but we will see what happens when Conquer officially launches on August 23rd. All right, we also have some beta tests that I want to talk with you about. So first of all, the early access multiplayer beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be starting on August 30th. This says, according to the sales pitch, you're going to be able to experience the game-changing Omni movement, and other gameplay innovations across a variety of brand new maps built by Treyarch, as well as building your own loadouts, accessing a variety of weapons, equipment, and perks, and dropping in with your squad across a number of modes. Again, that opens up on August 30th. That is the early access multiplayer beta, and then an open beta happens a week later. Also, if you're wondering, what the heck is going on with the Path of Exile 2 beta? I've got good news, sort of. Closed beta testing is said to be coming, quote, soon. That might sound not very helpful, but this soon also came with a brand new sign-up page available on their website. So head on over to register for a chance to get into the beta if you haven't already, before all of the other sweats take your position. And then Ashes of Creation. This is supposedly going to be starting their Alpha 2 at some point in Q3 2024. They are running out of runway if they plan to hit this window. I mean, I think technically they have until September, but they've still not even nailed down a month. We will see. It is possible that it will fall at some point in August. And with that, we wrap up this month's list. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you found any games that you're interested in playing. I will be busy this month. It's been actually surprisingly been a lot going on, a lot of games to play. We got a lot of videos coming out, a lot of plans, some reviews, some previews, things like that. And yeah, it's going to be a good August. Looking pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. So I feel like I'm talking to an old friend. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, okay? Take it easy. Bye.
Take it easy, bye. Fuck. Bro, I gotta get out of here. Alright, let me watch these videos. Bro. I see one video. Is this ones? 5-2. Your head. The AFK? Is this training? Oh no, there he is. Kobe goated? Who is that? That's not your name, is it? Wow, nice shot. Let's go! Okay, yeah, I just got one video from you. That's your friend? Oh, you were playing your friend? Bro, why does your name show up as Kobe Goated, but in my game it shows up as Standard Desk? It's so weird. Do you play on console? What the heck? Wow. Mm. Oh, fuck, bro. Too much storage. Damn, Discord. Oh my gosh, Prison Architect. I have Prison Architect too. I forgot about that. Wow. Oh, so your friend hit a psycho on you? Oh, wait a second. So there are two videos. The video you can't send is probably the video that you hit the psycho, right? Am I understanding that correctly? Two videos. You hit one psycho, your friend hit one. Your friend's Kobe goated. Okay. I think I get it. I wish I could change my YouTube stream title. I'd change it to RimWorld, play a little RimWorld. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Have you played RimWorld before? The RimWorld's a wild game. It's like a survival game almost, like a colony simulation management, something like that. It's good, bro. Bless me. Excuse me. Stellaris? Swear that I got caught up in the middle of it. Getting dragged by a girl? Yikes. Damn, bro. I really thought I could with that explanation. I totally misunderstood. There's rap song. RimWorld episode 28. Oh, oh. Bro, it's a good game. Let me see what other kind of games are similar to that on Steam. I don't think I've ever looked at that before. There we go. RimWorld. Playing once human. Yeah, bro, this is a really good game. I'd very much recommend it. Very much so. Colony Sim. Wow. Are those monkeys? I haven't really seen too many monkeys. Let me look at these real quick. One game with a party member so you can get the Cybertruck. Oh, okay. Bro, yeah. So what I did was go into either competitive or casual. And, just add your friends, add teammates on your friends list who you win with. Add them. Then, yeah, add them so you have friends to play with. Add people so you can party up with them. Kingdom. Kingdom on Steam? Okay. Let me check that out real quick. Bro, these guys don't use shelves. What are they? Oh, is that hydroponic? The hell are those? Go juice addict. Crafting. They probably won't join. Invite them. Yeah, see if they join. Worst they could say is no. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'd play some casual matches, add people they're friendly, win with. Adam, so you can invite them to be in your party. Wow, yeah, this is what I gotta build. I gotta build the spaceship to escape the colony. Wow, why do they all have the same? And they have their farm animals. Look how clean the building is. That's so tough. Clean, I need. Look at this. Get some more. Yeah, I need to create something like this. All huddled together. Wouldn't put my food. Or I would put the. Medical place. They're I don't know. Hmm. What I have. Hmm. Table. Hmm.